Hey, welcome to probably the second to last ever episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I think I'm finally gonna do away with this channel. Well, I'm not gonna nuke it. I'm just gonna not make content anymore. Anyway, tonight's beer: Logsdon Farmhouse Ales, Two Rivers War. Farmhouse Ale brewed with Pinot Noir grapes and Brettanomyces. 8.5 ABV in a full 750 ml champagne bottle type. I haven't had one of these in a long time. So it's a blend of saison. It's brewed with 2 pounds per gallon of Oregon-grown Pinot Noir grapes. It is blush-hued, luscious beer with flavors and aromas of currants, berries, rose petal, and subtle notes of black peppery spice. I don't even have the blend components on here. So 55% saison with Pinot Noir, Brett table saison, 6 tart oak aged saison. Okay, whatever. Bottled on February 1st of this year. So yeah, I mean, it looks like a glass of red wine. It did have about, this much white foam, but it just fizzled away real quick. It's an interesting nose because it does have like a wine kind of smell to it, but I also get the Brett, which I like. It doesn't have like that vinegar kind of smell you tend to get with like red wine. A little bit of that saison kind of spiciness to it. It is like kind of fruity, but it's almost more, instead of being like dry like the way wine is, it's like, more like juicy. So I'm actually, well, I didn't realize that this was, mixed with grapes until just now. Because I saw like saison with Brett on the bottle, and I was like, oh yeah, I love saison with Brett. That's a win-win. But they threw grapes in there, so let's see if that helped it or hurt it. Cheers. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I will say it's very, very tart. It is quite tart. It's not sour. It's just tart from the Brett. And I'm really not getting like the locker room or pineapple kind of quality you get with Brett. It's just kind of the dry tartness. It's also very highly carbonated. It's like almost like champagne effervescence. You probably can't tell by looking at it. I mean, it looks still in the glass here, but it's very, very highly carbonated. There is definitely a fruity flavor to it. They said currants and let's see, currants, berries, rose petal, and subtle notes of black pepper. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like a rose petal. Yeah. Yeah, like the black pepper, like crushed black peppercorn. It has like this. There's some kind of off thing here. I didn't smell it, but I taste it, and it kind of tastes like a super like industrial like magic marker, like the way it smells. You ever get like those magic markers that are like they're like so like they're like this thick around and like they're like so like intense, like you can smell it, like the way it smells is like a kind of a flavor I'm getting here. It's probably from the wild yeast. I mean, yeah, like if it's their own cultured Brett, like it's under control, but there could be something in there that's even out of their control. The yeast might have mutated a little or something. It's definitely a dry beer, which is funny because when I was smelling it, I was like, it smells kind of juicy. It's not juicy at all. I'm gonna call it bone dry, but yeah, it is definitely on the dry spectrum as far as the finish and even the overall everything. But there really isn't. There's no sweetness in here. There's a fruity flavor, yeah. I kind of would have liked to have, like I said, I don't think that. Well, I think you need like a base comparison because I don't know if they do the same beer without the addition of the Pinot. But to me, that sounds a little more appealing. I love saison, and especially anything with Brett, I really tend to like. But throwing Pinot Noir grapes in here, I'm not sure what the end game is. I wish, I would love to drink this like with a real wine enthusiast to see what their take is. What's that magic marker? I don't get it. I don't know what it's from. This beer's a little challenging to drink because it's so high carbonation. Here, let me just show you guys here. Yeah, look how pink it is coming out of the bottle. You hear that? Yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot else to say about this one. It's not a bad beer. It's okay. It's just not quite living up to my expectations. I mean, I'm sure this was probably a $15, $17 bottle. And I've liked everything that I've had from this brewery, Logsdon's. They did like a German Pilsner or a Czech Pilsner. They did like a lot of lagers that were like absolutely to spec, and they were really good. This one's only okay. It's I mean, I guess if you approach it like as a fruit beer, or well, I guess it'd be American wild specialty beer. Whenever you have like wild plus the addition of fruit or something, yeah, it's like wild specialty beer. And I'm also kind of a little disappointed, like the Brett isn't more front and center. It's actually kind of a background note. Yeah, I think this beer, I think you have to cut this with something. Cheese, grapes, olives, charcuterie board, something. It's not good enough to like stand up on its own, It's not a bad beer at all, except for that magic marker thing I was telling you about, but it's to me it doesn't seem like, anytime you see a beer in a 750 ml bottle like this, you're in for something special. And to me it doesn't really seem that special. Especially the fact that it's like a blend of like 4 different beers or whatever, but I think it would have been better if they had soured it a little. Like this had some kind of sour flavor to it, but it's just all, I mean, it's tart, yeah, but it's not sour. It's very, very dry. So as far as rating, let's see. It's funny, the more I drink it, the less I like it. I think I'm somewhere between like 3 and 3.5 on Untapped. I mean, 3 seems a little low. 3.5, I guess, is fine. Might go 3 1/4, but yeah, a little disappointing, but well, the next beer should be awesome. So stick around for that. It's Westbrook Mexican Cake, which a beer I've had before, but I haven't reviewed. So I'll review that tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.